Looking live at the Apprentice Athletic Center here on the campus of the Apprentice School. It's time for NCAA dual wrestling action between the Apprentice School Builders and the East Carolina Pirates here on Builders Stream YouTube. Good evening, everybody. Walker McCreary, former Apprentice wrestler Stephen Francisco, Matt Side here in Newport News. And Stephen, an excellent opportunity for fans to get to see this Apprentice wrestling team for the first time here on YouTube, a team that's been wrestling extremely well going into conference tournament at the end of the month.
Right, agreed. Yeah, this is a pretty intense dual meet. We have a pretty lengthy rivalry with ECU, so it should be a good night. Senior night's always a fun night to wrestle in front of a home crowd.
Yeah, speaking of senior night, you wrestled here 4 years ago, I think. Talk about the emotions that some of these wrestlers, Peter Cortopazzo, Russ Pierce, and AJ Dutel, are going to have tonight as they wrestle in front of the home crowd on senior night.
Yeah, so it's kind of a bittersweet moment. You know, being a senior, you're like, I made it. I get to show the youth coming up what it's like to be a leader and a role model for this team and the company. But at the same time, you realize your career is coming to an end. So it's, like I said, it's bittersweet. Home crowd's always fun to wrestle in front of. Senior night, I felt like it's a little bit more pressure, but all in all, should be a great time.
Double forfeit at 125 pounds tonight, so we will start at the 133-pound matchup with Dylan Messick taking on East Carolina's Ethan Slack. The Builders will be in the green anklets the whole night, East Carolina in red. And we are underway here at 133 pounds. Dutel wearing the camo singlet with Slack in the black with purple trim.
That's Dylan Messick in the camo singlet.
What did I say?
Dutel.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Thinking of seniors. My bad.
Yeah, Dylan Messick, yeah. Evan Slack, he got the takedown.
Great takedown, 2 points for the Builders.
Dylan wrestled at Warwick High School. There's a lot of history here with his older brother Colton Messick, kind of setting a high standard here for the Apprentice School. So Dylan's got some big shoes to fill and is working hard to fill them shoes. He's tough on top.
For those unfamiliar with college wrestling, if you're on top, you get the riding time clock started. If you have over a minute of riding time at the end of regulation, as that was a near turn there for Messick, you'll get an extra point added on at the end of the match, which could prove to get you some bonus points at the end with a major decision or even a tech pin.
Right, the riding time becomes a major factor. If the match is very close, getting ready to go into overtime, it really becomes a crucial factor at this level with how skilled everybody can be.
Messick trying to get some back points on Slack, but Slack able to stay perpendicular to the mat, nothing there.
Yeah, Messick's real tough on top. He's got them long legs. He rides legs well. He puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder joint, the back of the head, looking to turn him.
Approaching a minute 30 left here in this first period. 3 minutes in the first period, 2 in the second and third, as back points going now for Messick, trying to get those shoulder blades on the mat of Slack.
Right, if you pay attention as Messick is turning him, he's looking at the coaches, listening for advice on how to work on securing this pin right now and not giving up the opportunity.
Getting close there, shoulders getting close as Messick adjusts.
A lot of pressure there. He should squeeze on the body.
Fans starting to get into it as we're about a minute away from the end of the period. Plenty of time for Messick to work here on the mat.
Yeah, the key here is to be patient, take your time, and kind of see what the opponent gives you. In that situation, a lot of people get excited. He's going to let him bail, get the points, probably ride him out going into the second period.
That's 4 back points there. Is now 6-0 in the match. Is again trying to turn to the back. There's the count again. There's 4, so at least 4 back points here. Still trying for that fall.
He's got plenty of time. I know 30 seconds seems short, but on the mat in this situation, that's a lifetime.
And are we going to get the pin? 23 seconds left. Trying to get that last shoulder down, that right shoulder. Runs the half. Picks up the head.
He should have it.
Waiting on the official to make the call. There's the pin for Dylan Messick. Messick's 30th pin in his career, and the Builders take a 6-0 lead. An excellent job there, Stephen, by Messick to not try and overdo himself, settling in and just letting Slack wear himself out, trying to keep that shoulder up.
Right, right. The key is there, like I said, to take your time. When you get them exposed like that, you got to be patient and let it kind of ride itself out. If you get too excited or you get too antsy, it gives them opportunity to roll off and not let you secure the pin.
So the Builders take a 6-0 lead as we reset the clock to 3 minutes for this first period. At 141 pounds, Jordan Robbins in camo with Ethan Millis, for East Carolina. And we're underway at 141 pounds. A throw right to the back by Robbins. That's a 2 takedown, trying to get the back points.
Bundle. Now he's got a spiral. He's going to look to put that on his back probably.
So that's 4 points there for Robbins to go up 6-0 just 30 seconds into this match at 141.
As he steps through looking for the
Again, working on top.
He's securing the leg there to minimize the motion on bottom, allowing to give him more control on top.
Builders team finishing 4th earlier this year in the Virginia duels, or excuse me, 4th at national duels at the NCAA level. Got the conference championship coming up at the end of the month before the national tournament, and now Robbins gets more back points. There's
Looking
4
for the
more.
fall.
Trying to settle in on that left shoulder. Millis gets that leg free, trying to bridge his way out.
Really hard.
And there's a pin for Jordan Robbins at 141. That one just 85 seconds in, and it's 12-0 in favor of the Builders. An excellent start for the Apprentice School here against ECU as we head to 149.
Christian Duke for the Apprentice School. Taking a forfeit.
So that will count as 6 points in the team total as well. Makes it 18-0. As now we'll get one of the seniors for the Apprentice School, A.J. Dutel at 157, going up against Christian Govan. Fantastic crowd here on hand in Newport News.
It's definitely one of the heaviest crowds I've seen for senior night. It always makes it more exciting when you get out there and you have the crowd getting into it. Puts a lot more energy into your emotions and what you got going on the mat.
So we're underway at 157 as Dutel and Govan go at it. By the way, Robbins with his 12th pin in his career and his 8th on the season, as he's now 8-0 in matches decided by fall. So Dutel working against Christian Govan, one of the seniors from Stafford and Brook Point High School. Again, Builders, or at least Dutel in the camo singlet, as both of them fighting to try and get position here early on, Stephen.
Yeah, there's a lot of hand fighting going on. Both of them seem to have a similar style to where they both like to tie up and kind of shoot from the open. So this should be interesting to see who gets the upper hand.
1 minute gone here in this first period.
Style has a lot to go with. Two styles that are alike make for a very interesting match.
Govan tries to shoot. Good sprawl there from Dutel and good scramble. Continue to work here. 1:37 to go in the first.
Yeah, this is going to come down to who can put the two together better on their feet right now, and then more than likely it'll come down to who's got better top-bottom control.
Two wrestlers still feeling each other out.
He's got a good opportunity for a duck there. He needs to pull the trigger. Oh, Prescott, that's very good reaction.
Govan trying to go straight to the back and out of bounds.
Way to not give up. That was risky, reaching back like that, but on the edge of the mat, senior night, you got to let it fly.
So 59 seconds to go here in the first quarter. They'll stay neutral after they went out of bounds on that far side of the mat as you look at it on your computer screens or smart TVs.
Dutel's trying to make him uncomfortable, keeping hands on the head constantly and kind of pushing him to agitate him, try to get him out of his game.
40 seconds to go here in the first period. Dutel on the year, nearing 500 at this 157 weight class overall. He's 3-3 in duels this year. As Govin tries to gain control of the head. 15 seconds to go. There's 2 points called for Govin.
Short time right on the edge of the mat. It's a tough way to give up 2 points right there with short time.
So 6 seconds left, and Coach Mrazowitz going to come over and they're going to adjust the time. So 9 seconds on the clock as Govin will be on top.
With time this short, it's not impossible, but if you can get up off the bottom here, that's a big momentum swing to help get things kind of back to a fresh point for the second period.
So there's the whistle. Last 9 seconds. Straight to his feet was Dutel, but thrown
rolls.
Right down.
Locked
and
hands.
An illegal
Free
hold.
Move, free move. Get big.
And so Green's going to get a point here for the illegal move, I believe.
Yeah, so locked hands, which is not allowed when you're on top. So essentially he didn't get out, but the locking hands gives him 1 point. Puts him right back in this match.
So it should be 2-1. With 2 minutes to go here, or 2 minutes in the second, as Govin will choose bottom. So AJ will work on top to start this second period.
Dutel's going to need to be tough on top. ECU's generally pretty decent on the bottom. He's got good first movement, getting separation.
And a relatively quick escape there. Probably equals out the riding time.
Yeah, it equals out the riding time, but also he didn't give up risky 2-point reversal.
So 3-1 in favor of Govin here with 1:30 to go in the second.
1 takedown, he's right back in this.
Again, you mentioned both wrestlers liking to wrestle from their feet here.
Yeah, they both on their feet. They have a similar stance. They both like to get a lot of contact on the head and make the other one uncomfortable trying to set up a shot.
Dutel trying to be the more aggressive wrestler here early on. Govin goes for a takedown.
That was a good reshot by Govin. Dutel's got good pressure on top.
Govin trying to throw.
He got some pretty good chain wrestling going on, but he got the takedown. Dutel's going for a funk roll here.
There was a 3 count
there. Chance for a roll here. You got to go towards the other shoulder. They got.
So Green is down.
They're working on the score. It should be 7-1. No, 5-1. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think it's 5-1.
Yeah, he's working on the score.
So 34.5 seconds left. 5-1 in favor of Govin.
Big time importance to get a point off this short time to not have the third period be a complete try to come from behind victory.
So Dutel trying to get up. Half being run. Rolling was Dutel.
Risky.
Govin just trying to put pressure on top and ride out the rest of this second period.
You need to cut away. So So he's fighting the hands, trying to put the hand, we call it putting the hand in the back pocket. And when you get the hand in the back pocket, you want to cut away. He's not quite clearing his hip and cutting.
Just under 12 seconds to go here in the second period. Builders lead overall 18-0. Quick movement by Dutel on the bottom, but then gets his belly to the mat as we approach the end of the period, and Govin's just going to ride it out. So that's the end of the second, 5-1.
Govin has riding time secured for the match, so he's got an extra point guaranteed. Dutel's got to do a lot of work here to get off bottom or get a reversal and then a takedown.
And Govin's just going to add to that riding time and make it more difficult. Another roll by Dutel. He rolls through, grabs the right leg, trying to work his way through for a reversal.
There you go. He's looking for the tilt. You got to settle there.
He has the reverse. So 5-3 now as Dutel can take away that riding time point by staying on top for a while.
Yeah, he still needs to get exposure of Govin's back to try to even out the score. Or if he can get a 4 count, then that should secure it.
Trying to pull that left shoulder over to expose the back.
He's trying to run a power half, but he needs to get his legs in between and stretch the body out, kind of like he's doing now.
Coach Mrazowitz walking down to the far side of the mat to try and give some advice to the senior on senior night. Under a minute to go.
It's got a lot of noise going on, a lot of nerves. Tight match.
Govin.
He's got to go to work.
Yeah, surprised that Govin hasn't gotten a stall warning at least. Doesn't look like he's doing much on the bottom.
Right. They should be getting ready to see a warning here soon.
30 seconds to go. Dutel's got to get something going, down 5-3.
He's got to punch that.
There's the stall warning on red.
Punch it. He's got to punch it. Now he's trying not to get.
15 seconds to go. Now 10 seconds. Dutel trying to get something to work.
Short time.
And a 2 reversal as Govin slips out the back door. And he'll win this one 7-3, as I don't think he'll get the riding time point. And that'll get East Carolina on the board, making it 18-3.
That's a tough one here on senior night.
So we go on to 165.
David Norris. Gotcha.
David Norris going to be the wrestler at 165. By Braden Milner for ECU. Norris 17-14 on the year. 9-7 in duels in his freshman campaign. Freshman from King George. So underway at 165. This is the last match before we hit the intermission, where we'll have a women's match.
It's a very popular thing that's growing in this country right now is women's wrestling.
Good takedown there by Norris, rolling through and getting on the backside.
He did a good job there, not panicking. He settled out, followed through. Secured the takedown, cut him.
So 2-1 now the score as we're just underway here at 165. Milner.
Norris, good reshot. Strong upper body.
Right to his back.
Looking for the pin.
4 count did happen, and so.
He hasn't changed position yet. That's why the ref hasn't held up 4, but if he moves to something else, it should get 4 soon.
There's the 4. So that makes it 8-1.
As he loads up to put the arm on the back. Looks like he's going for a John Smith. You bring the forearm across. Probably put the knee on the elbow. Or he's going to set up for a cradle. It's hard to say. Everyone's got their own personal preference.
Well, there's a minute 30 to play here in the first. He gives right to the back again, and that's a quick pin from David Norris.
Gloucester High School with the woodshed.
8th pin of the year. Does that seem to come from out of nowhere? Makes it 24-3 as we're now in the intermission where we'll get the women's wrestling match. Rhea Sessoms for Apprentice. Sarah Chambers for East Carolina.
Yeah, Sarah Chambers for ECU is significantly size difference, but she was ready for good competition today, so she said she didn't mind who came on the mat.
So Sessoms 5-3 on the year, 4-0 against NCAA opponents. Passes the elbow and goes straight down to the mat. That's a 2 takedown for Sessoms. Now trying to go over to the back. Sessoms trying to settle in, looking for the pin.
Her own elbow was kind of in her way as she readjusts.
That's 4 back points for Sessoms, makes it 6-0.
Working on top.
Sessoms working now, just trying to get Chambers back on her back again. There's the near fall count to 4. Sessoms trying to settle that left shoulder.
Got 2 minutes left. She's got plenty of time. She needs to readjust and get her chest on top.
And that's her 5th career pin. As she takes care of business in 1:05. And Sessoms wins the intermission match. So we go back into the lineup. 174.
Ethan Baker at 174.
Taking on Adam Aldridge from East Carolina. This is the last duel of the year for the Builders. As I mentioned, they go to the NCAA Nationals down in Puerto Rico in March, but first the MAC Championship at Liberty at the end of the month. Invite you to stay tuned here to Builders Stream YouTube. A little bit later on tonight, men's basketball action as the Builders take on Berkeley College. Tip-off time at 7 p.m. right here on Builders Stream YouTube. We're at 174. Ethan Baker for the Builders in the camo singlet. And there's a 2 takedown for Adam Aldridge from East Carolina in the black.
Aldridge looks like he's a little bit bigger size than Baker, but Baker showing a little tenacity with the potential smash. Kind of patented by the Apprentice School.
Trying to work his way off the bottom is Baker.
He's got tight legs on top.
Baker normally wrestling at 165 this year. 13-13 on the season for the freshman. 1 minute gone, 2-0 East Carolina in the bout. 24-3, Builders lead overall.
Yeah, East Carolina will be getting close to hitting that 1 minute of riding time, which we said was can be so crucial later in the match.
Baker trying to work.
He's moving well on bottom, even though the size difference, and that guy is probably a bit heavier than him. He keeps moving and fighting. He'll get a reversal here soon.
Yeah, I think Baker did come in under the 165 limit, so wrestling up today. Trying to work on that left ankle. Working his way toward his feet.
Surprised the ref didn't call potentially dangerous, but he's almost out. He just got to circle and square up. Create a little separation. He'll get 1-point escape. Stop the riding time. He's got to keep circling and get to his feet. Fight the elbow.
You see Aldridge grab the left knee and get right back on top. 1 minute to go here in the first. Trying not to get turned.
Yeah, he needs to fight the feet on top, which means take his own feet to peel off the other guy's feet and crawl his knees forward so he can build a base and back pressure up.
And you're seeing Aldridge stretch him out and try and pull Baker's hips toward the left.
Looks like he's just trying to wear him out and kind of drain him before the second period. He's not, doesn't seem like he's trying to get the turn that much at me right now.
Under 30 seconds to go, first period. Got his head free, did Baker.
He's almost out. He's almost out.
Rolls through. Gets control of the left arm.
I think Aldridge is just holding on, trying to ride this period on top. Smart move.
So that'll get to the end of the first period, and a significant riding time advantage for Aldridge, as he'll get choice here at the second period. And will choose bottom, so Baker an opportunity to eat away at a little bit of the riding time while trying to get some back points maybe.
Hopefully wear him out a little bit as well. On top or on his feet is probably his best option. The size difference seems to be giving a bit of a struggle on top. Looking for the suck back.
Red does escape, so Aldridge gets an escape point. 3-0 now in favor of the Pirate Wrestler.
He's got that front headlock tight.
Circles around, gets his head free. That's a takedown.
We got 6-0 with riding time.
Baker trying to get free, but he's thrown back to the mat.
Aldridge seems to have pretty good pressure on top.
Baker just a freshman. Gonna have plenty more opportunities here at the Apprentice School.
Freshman year for college wrestling is easily the most difficult if you are not already competing with college wrestlers in the offseason. The athleticism, the skill level difference and the age difference is very significant coming from 18 to a 22, 23-year-old.
You see Aldridge working on that, trying to get the left ankle pulled up off the mat. Good job by Baker to keep it down. Maybe a little high now.
Ooh,
that's an excellent reversal.
That's the smash I was telling you about. Apprentice School is famous for.
And then whistles. And maybe an injury.
Yeah, the key to the smash is with college, and they ride completely perpendicular to the side. It's the person on top with the legs in. It's completely their responsibility to protect themselves from the person on bottom. So with the smash, if you don't protect yourself, your forehead catches you on the mat. It makes it very difficult to recover from.
So Aldridge being checked on by his coach and the athletic training staff. As Baker just had gotten that reversal, making it 5-2 as we still in the injury timeout.
And Baker will get choice due to injury timeout.
So now at 40 seconds. As we continue to work here, the Builders, as I mentioned, MAC Championship coming up the last weekend of February over at Liberty University before they'll get on a plane and fly to San Juan, Puerto Rico for Nationals.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little jealous for Nationals being in Puerto Rico. We went to Las Vegas, that wasn't bad, and we went to Florida, or Kissimmee, Florida, right outside of Orlando my freshman year, so those were okay, but Nothing on Puerto Rico.
So now Baker's going to choose bottom. Like you mentioned, out of the injury timeout, he gets choice.
I'd be interested to see how Aldridge is going to choose his top focus from now on, being that he just got rattled decently.
Yeah, he stands him up right away, so a escape point before the clock goes off for Baker.
That's very big. A quick takedown here if Aldridge isn't fully recovered can really make this an intense match going into the third period.
So 5-4 the score.
Baker staying in good position. Short time, keep it close. He should get choice going into the third period.
He's gotten a lot more aggressive now after the injury timeout.
I think he's found a
13 seconds.
little confidence in himself coming here late in the second period. Should make it for a very interesting third period if he can stay strong here. Short time. He's got to give up nothing.
And that'll be the end of the second period. I don't think anybody's going to get points there, and nobody will. So 5-4 as we head to the third. Builders will. Yeah, I think it's 5-3. I was trying to keep up. So it will be 5-3. It should be Builder's choice. So 5-3 is
Baker making a good decision, looking at the coach's corner, letting them tell you what to do going into the third period. It's very difficult to try to ref or coach your own match while you're wrestling it. It's important to look in the corner, listen to your coaches. They see a lot of things you can't see while you're out there.
so Aldridge not going to let him up this time as Baker's trying to work on the reversal, trying to get that leg free move.
Up, saying locked.
That is a reversal. Makes it 5-all.
He's got to be tough on top and slow down. If he gets sloppy, that reversal can be very costly right now.
A stall warning given to East Carolina there. Coming off the bottom.
Suckback.
Baker working on top now. I don't know if he can get back the riding time or not.
It'll be very close to see. If he can't get it back, he'll be just shy, but
that would put him down 6-5 right now at this point.
He needs to get hip to hip and drive over slow. Or just trying to he can roll through or go back. He just got to have a lot of strength if he goes back.
1 minute to go here in the third. 5-all right now. Riding time advantage to East Carolina.
He's got to get this takedown here.
There's the cut. Makes it 6-5 Pirates.
Oh, slick duck. Very slick with the return.
Throws him to the ground.
Big return. Crowd's going to get electric here. 30 seconds. He's got to hold on for the freshman. This would be a very big win for him mentally and emotionally.
Yeah, need to ride this out to make it 7-7 at worst, which would send us to overtime.
And remember, Aldridge has already been hit with a stalling call, so when it comes to overtime, Baker needs to keep the pace up.
Even for these last 10 seconds, it could prove huge.
Right, if Baker keeps working and it doesn't look like Aldridge is working enough, the ref might hit him. We got time.
So let's see. A point for Red to So 7-7 is the score.
So we got 7. Right.
So we go to overtime. It's a 2-minute overtime period. Standing up.
You can tell Aldridge is feeling that smash earlier. Baker's a little winded from wrestling up a bigger guy. This should be in good.
Baker goes for the shot.
He's got to hit the reshot.
Standing up, trying to get double underhooks. A shot there from Aldridge.
Good defense by Baker, getting his hips back, putting heavy pressure, circling.
Trying to get there,
Two.
and that's a takedown, which gives the win to Ethan Baker in overtime. 9-7 decision. Makes it 27-3.
That's a big moral victory for Baker on top of the physical victory. Stuff like that builds confidence, especially the young freshman wrestler. That's something that'll stick with him probably for the rest of his career.
Baker goes over 500 on the year, 14-13 now. As we'll get Matthew Henson.
184.
And Travian Atala for East Carolina. Henson, a sophomore from Suffolk. As we'll get the score set.
It's another big adjustment from high school to college. Is that 3-2-2?
Straight to his back on the takedown by Henson, trying to settle in. That's 4 near fall, and again tries to turn him.
Quickly to his back with the cradle.
And there's the pin. An impressive takedown straight to the back, couple of turns.
18 seconds, goes up 10-0, and the pin. Puts Apprentice School up 27-3 versus ECU.
Should be 33, I think.
I'm sorry, I might be behind.
Yeah, I don't think they've updated yet, yeah.
It
Henson,
happened so
14th
fast.
pin of the night, or on his career, excuse me. Caleb Hartung will go for Apprentice at 197 with Justin Beltran for East Carolina. An exciting match there at 184, and we still have the 2 seniors to go for Apprentice with Russ Pierce and Peter Cortopazzo, which are sure to be pretty fun matches.
Should be. This is Beltran's first match at 97 this year, which is big. If he wrestles this well going into conference, this should give him a little bit of confidence and a better feel as to what 97 is like compared to 235.
Well, he takes down Hartung.
I think Hartung got a little excited and tried to force something that wasn't there.
So now you'll see Beltran try and ride a little bit as Hartung works for the escape. There actually goes the reversal. And now trying to run the half.
He needs to settle down a little bit and keep his hips back. There he is. He's working for an arm bar. The key to the arm bar there is to keep your fist balled up in the center of the back and try to keep your elbow below the bicep.
Hartung, a junior welder from Butler, Pennsylvania. Hartung trying to get through, and an excellent roll through by Beltran to get the reversal, make it 4-2 at 1:54 left, and
got injury time for Beltran. Didn't see what happened. He's holding his ankle.
It was kind of an awkward roll through. Kind of got his leg caught up underneath Hartung from my angle. Hartung will have choice coming out of the injury timeout. Russ Pierce on deck, one of the seniors for the Builders.
Cortopazzo in the hole, going for win number 100. Possibly pin number 64, further solidifying his record in the Apprentice School history books.
Pierce with his second senior night of the year, of course, on the football field earlier this year, the starting center for the Builders. Got to be honored alongside his twin brother.
Yeah, the Pierce family really has a great support system. They all travel well. They all support each other well. I had the pleasure of wrestling with Pierce and Cortopazzo. They're both great people to be around. You couldn't ask for better guys.
So Hartung is going to choose bottom out of the injury timeout, which will put Beltran on top. Hartung quick off the whistle to his feet.
Got to fight hands and put that hand in the pocket like we were talking about. There he goes. Good reshot.
So he got the escape and trying to get the takedown and does. Makes it 5-4.
He's got plenty of time to get up some running time here in the second period.
Trying to turn him. Sits back. Now a quick opportunity there, but excellent job defensively by Beltran.
He managed to maintain control to secure a 2 count.
So there's 2 near fall. Makes it 7-4. 1:20 to go here in the first.
He's working to do like Baker did earlier and put the arm on his back and look for a possible woodshed, but Beltran is able to fight his arm free.
Trying to sit back now.
He's probably going to try to slide his leg on top while he pulled him back over. But Beltran had good defense for that.
And so Hartung will just cut him loose. Under 50 seconds to go here in the first period. 7-5 and an exciting first period here at 197. Beltran trying for a takedown.
Good
Hartung
defense for the ankle pick.
sits back. And back points for Apprentice, a 2 count, I think. No, nothing yet.
I think someone was saying might have been someone in the background. There's 2.
There's your 2 takedown for Hartung, and Hartung, I think, might cut him again.
11-5, should be getting close to riding time. I believe he's going to ride him out for the period to lock in riding time.
Yeah, 5 seconds to go, 9-5 the score. And that'll wrap up the first period as Hartung just holds him down.
Red's choice.
Beltran will choose the bottom, so an opportunity for Hartung to rack up some more riding time.
Hartung's got to wrestle smart here because Beltran's going to look for a big reversal straight to back points to try to level out the score.
Hartung has been the better on the feet. I would think you would agree with that.
I would agree with that.
Hartung just tries to get the quick turn. Now settles in as the second period's underway.
And Beltran seems to be tough on bottom. Not easily turned. Hartung's going to have to put in a little bit of work here in this last period to search for that major.
Trying to work the turn. Gets the left arm hooked.
He needs to sink his chest back a little bit on that bar. Beltran will sit up again like he did earlier.
Hartung trying to get the riding time, already leading 9-5, looking for a turn to get some back points.
Major decision would be big to help the team score.
There's comes the count. There's the 4 count.
That's a very tight move. They call it double chicken wing or double arm bar. Very tight, very painful.
Got the shoulders down and a pin for Caleb Hartung.
There's not much you can do there. Once that's locked up and you get a lean to it, it's just a matter of time.
39-3 overall as Hartung gets his 21st pin in his career. And now an opportunity for the 2 seniors. Russ Pierce at 235. Landon Gray will go for the Pirates.
Yeah, Russ Pierce, 2-sport athlete. I mean, can't say enough about the guy. Said 2-time All-American, national finalist last year. Lost to the number 1 seed guy from Liberty for a tough match.
Quick takedown for Russ. Of course, you mentioned the 2-sport athlete. Football team 9-1 this past year, winners of the Neptune Bowl.
I believe Russ's sophomore or freshman year, he was a part of the first national championship team for the Apprentice School as well as All-American that year.
That was back in 2018. So Russ already on top, 2-0, 30 seconds into this first period.
Pierce is a very technical wrestler, so he's very methodical and takes his time. he knows how to set up moves without looking like he's setting anything up. Very tough guy to deal with on all three aspects of this sport.
36 career pins on the illustrious career for Russ. Nearly a minute gone here in this first period, most of which will go into riding time as well as they go out of play.
Sometimes you just need that fresh start. Things weren't really working. Guys tough on bottom. Just get that fresh start to reset, kind of come up with a different game plan.
So back underway. Russ almost got a turn there. Good defense by Gray to get back to his knees.
Yeah, a little history. Russ Pierce is actually a triplet. So all three of them wrestled and played football growing up. So he had a lot of practice at home and in the wrestling room.
Got the left arm looking
to load it on the back again. He's going for the bar. He's able to readjust and get his pressure back.
And they're out of play. Gray was trying to work toward that boundary line. Take this opportunity to thank Bayport Credit Union and Worley's Home Services for their support of Builder Athletics. 1:20 to go here in the first period. Russ with a decided advantage in riding time now.
Yeah, he's going back to putting that arm on the back. It's very tight. It puts a lot of pressure on the torso, as well as wearing your opponent down on bottom.
Stall warning on East Carolina. It's the first stall call.
Yeah, he's wrestling smart. He's trying to lock his own hand against his hip bone to try to keep Russ from getting it out. But Russ is, like I said, he's a technician, so he's looking to lock up a Chirella or something different from there. Like I said, well, it looks like he's not working on anything at all.
Tries to turn, does get him to his back. There's the 4 count.
He's got time.
30 seconds.
Russ will work it slow.
And there's the pin for Russ Pierce on senior night. Gets the pin in 2.5 minutes. It's 45-3 as Peter Cortopazzo will take to the mat. And Cortopazzo looking to cross the century mark tonight.
Peter Cortopazzo.
And Dylan Harris will be his opponent. Builders have locked this duel up by a decided margin. Now it's just a question of, do we get an exclamation point by Passo?
Passo looking for his 100th win. Like I said, further in to secure his records in the Apprentice School. It's also big going into conference. It's kind of confidence going into the tournament like that. Try to help get you ready for the Apprentice School's biggest rivalry, Liberty.
So Passo going to work. He's got that front headlock already locked in, but good defense by Harris to break it up momentarily.
And Passo's looking really good this year. He's in better shape than I've ever seen him. He's really dedicated himself to working on not only his diet, but his conditioning and strength training.
Passo on the edge of the mat, but keeping his feet in bounds, but foot out of bounds there or off the mat, excuse me, by Dylan Harris, so they'll reset in the middle.
2:30 left in the first period, plenty of time. Passo's kind of feeling the situation out.
Passo gets one underhook in on the left side of Dylan Harris.
From someone who wrestled with Cortopazzo, you can definitely see the big difference in composure and the way he's setting things up compared to his freshman.
Throws straight to his back, trying to settle in. Is it going to be pin number 65 and win number 100? Plenty of time, 2 minutes to go.
A lot of time, he's got to readjust. Get a little more chest to chest, a circle towards the head. And settle.
Harris just trying to ride it out, push that right arm up.
Passo's very strong, good athlete.
Passo adjusts, going to the other side, locking up the leg. There's the pin, And there's win number 100 for Peter Cortopazzo. Locks up the match. 51-3 will be the final score, as we'll get some extra matches. But Peter Cortopazzo, 100 wins over his career here at the Apprentice School.
Like I said, Cortopazzo's a great athlete, but a better person. Couldn't ask for anything better for a guy like him. I mean, he's all smiles. Since day one, he's been a great energy and attitude towards Apprentice School Wrestling. Been a real pleasure to be around.
51-3 will be the final score. Mentioned we've got some extra matches. Drew Porter will go for the Builders. Evan Slack back on the mat for East Carolina. But what a showing today, Stephen, from the Builders. Really just putting this match away early with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pins on the night.
Yeah, I mean, the Apprentice School, I believe they came here to set a tone and a precedence to let everybody know they mean business. They've been training really hard, and they're ready to move on to the postseason.
So extra matches, we'll air these for you as well here on Builders Stream YouTube. As mentioned, Drew Porter on the mat for the Builders. This at 133 pounds. As Evan Slack will wrestle a second match here for East Carolina. Nothing yet as Porter nearly gets the takedown, but Slack escapes.
Yeah, these exhibition mats for freshmen are a good way to try to get some of the nerves out and get a little feel for it. But also, I believe Slack for ECU is probably looking to get a little extra work in with conference on the way.
Porter from Dumfries, Virginia, Potomac High School.
He looks to be very comfortable on his feet. Doesn't have a lot of contacts. I mean, that tells me he's good to shoot from the open. He's probably got some speed to him.
Just over a minute gone here in the first period of this first exhibition.
It's a good shot. He's looking for the funk roll.
Trying to keep that leg.
Got to elevate and get height here. That's the key to a good scramble and a funk roll like this is height. His arm's not underneath. Oh, okay, he made it work. Normally you'd want Slack's arm underneath of yours to help lock and punch it into your waist. It seems like he's trying to he's readjusting a little bit.
Well, he got the takedown, so that's 2 points for Drew Porter.
Wasn't able to secure the back points, unfortunately, but he's got time to get riding time point set up this match.
Sophomore welder here at the Apprentice School as Slack escapes. And just another added aspect to being a student athlete here, Stephen, at the Apprentice School that you know extremely well is it's not a traditional collegiate student athlete experience as you're working on the shipyard for a number of hours every day, every week, and then having to turn around and go into the wrestling room and train to get ready for matches like this.
Right, on top of going to school, it's something completely different that most people aren't used to. I mean, you're gone 9 to 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, not including the weekends traveling. So you really got to take care of your body and your sleep regimen. It's important.
Slack trying to escape and actually trying to just get points as it was already 2-1. Final seconds here of this first period of the first exhibition match. There's the buzzer. So we'll flip the coin. It'll be East Carolina's decision. Red to first, so that'll mean Porter will get the decision here in the second period, and he chooses bottom. Again, coming up at 7 o'clock, men's basketball action here on Builders Stream YouTube as Evan Keys Builders take on Berkeley College, a non-conference game. Tip at 7. Howard McCain will have the call of that one right here on Builders Stream YouTube. Porter trying to work from the bottom here as Slack heavy on the back, but gets the escape there. Makes it 3-1 in favor of Drew Porter.
It takes a lot of effort to wrestle this much time on your feet. but that is pretty standard for lightweights at this level. They're in great shape. They do this a lot. I wrestled heavyweight in 235, so we didn't do a whole lot of this. It's quite exhausting. Slack showing good defense on bottom, keeping his elbows in. Not really giving up anything on top. Front of the headlock is tight from Porter.
Porter trying to get the arm off of his leg and now circles around for the 2-point takedown.
Thought Porter was going to go for the famous three-quarter Nelson. He's got a spiral ride with a half on top. Needs to get on his toes to have a little more pressure on top.
5-1 now the score in this exhibition.
Riding time should be getting close to a minute for Porter.
Got the
He's
escape.
got to work. Oh.
Trying for the trip. Pulls him back in. Now goes for that second leg. There's the takedown.
Good second effort there late in the period.
7-2 now the score as Slack will be on bottom.
Porter needs to stay tough and ride him out for the rest of this period.
Seven seconds to go as Porter's just going to try and ride out the final seconds. And then it'll be Slack's decision in the third period after he deferred.
Slack's going to have to go bottom and try to get an escape and go for something big, or he goes neutral. He's going bottom.
So 2-minute third period upcoming. We only got to the third period twice in our first 10 matches of the night, or 11 matches, excuse me, including the women's match at intermission. Again, 7 pins.
Good job following that roll by Porter.
There's the escape by Slack.
Slack's going to have to really go to work here and turn up the heat in the last minute and a half if he wants to secure this exhibition.
Tie up near the middle of the mat as Porter tries to throw him aside.
A nice misdirection shot there by Slack. He needs to limp that arm out to try to get the takedown on Porter. Porter slowing him down by grabbing that wrist.
Slack trying to work out the back door.
Yeah, getting a little funky here.
Got to the back. And Porter bellies back up. Nothing yet. No points given.
If he hooks that arm like we saw in the first period, he could look for that Shirella. Possibly get his backs now that Slack's arm is underneath the Porter's arm. Oh.
There's the takedown for Slack. Makes it 7-5.
He cannot get riding time. He's got to turn him here for a 4 count.
30 seconds to go here in the third. Porter trying to stretch out. Slack trying to work a half on the far side.
So if Porter doesn't go to work like he's trying to get off, he will get hit for stalling late in the third.
Hasn't gotten a stall call yet, though.
Not yet, nothing yet. He seems to be working. He's still wrestling.
Final seconds here of this exhibition, and Porter likely going to get the decision win. And there's the buzzer, meaning 7-5 the final as riding time was not a factor. And Porter nabs his third win of the year. So that win was by decision. Again, doesn't factor into the team score, but good opportunity heading into conference and nationals for a little bit of momentum for some of these wrestlers.
Got Kissel and Milner. Kissel for the Apprentice School, 36 Apprentice, the actual trade that I'm in. And Mr. Milner for ECU for his second match of the day.
So this will be at 165.
Kissel wrestled at Peninsula Catholic High School in Hampton.
2 takedown for Kissel.
Kissel's looking for a head lever to try to put that on top. He's got good pressure here, looking for an arm bar or Chirella. He rolls through with the Chirella. He elevates, gets his count.
So there's the 4 count.
From here, he can decide whether he wants to adjust to go to another tilt or keep the Chirella and look for a pin as he goes through the Turk.
So he got the 4 back points there. 6-0 now as we're 45 seconds into this first period. Another turn for Kissel.
He's got the Turk with his left leg. The key here for the Turk, his right toe's got to stay in the mat. He's got to keep pressure under the chin, hook to the back, and elevate.
You see that toe trying to stay on the mat, and Milner works his way out another 4 points.
Kissel's tough on top. He's working slow, taking his time.
Another turn.
Ran that half Nelson right over the top. Very, very tight, a lot of pressure.
Trying to get that shoulder into the mat. There's the pin for Landon Kissel. Pin number 11 on his career. His 6th of the season.
I believe Kissel's a sophomore. Sophomore? He is a sophomore.
So Travion Atala will come on to battle Reese Carlson.
Carlson, nice double leg takedown, straight to the back again. He's looking to sink the half. He's got to be careful with that his left hand by his head.
Carlson 8-8 this season. And he got the pin.
Had a minor clock malfunction, but it didn't seem to matter.
Carlson's 3rd pin
In
on the season.
approximately 25 seconds.
And I think that might be it. As the Builders 51-3 winners over East Carolina. An excellent showing for the Builders as they wrap up their regular season and get ready to head to the MAC championship in a few weeks.
Yeah, right. Like I said multiple times, this is a big confidence builder. Something to build off of as far as showcasing what you can do going into conference, but also what the team can build off of together. Getting energy and momentum going into this championship tournament in 2 weeks, heading into nationals is a big thing. Energy and momentum plays a lot into that.
Stephen, appreciate you joining us here on Builder Stream YouTube today.
Yeah, Walker, thanks for having me. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to do this a little bit more in the coming years.
Absolutely.
Again, your final score, Builders 51, Pirates 3 for Dave Davenport and Stephen Francisco. I'm Walker McCreary signing off. Stay tuned. Basketball action in just under 2 hours right here on Builder Stream YouTube. Until then, so long from the